Hello friends I made this for. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Lauren. I'm an art teacher, art ritual facilitator, artist, and tarot reader, astrology fan, and all those other fun things. So if you've never been here before, hi, hello, welcome. It's so good to see that you are here with me. And if you are a returning subscriber, I missed you, hi. Today is the new moon in Virgo. As a Virgo moon, I would like to thank everyone for being here today. This is a very sacred day for me and everybody else. Honestly, every new moon, every lunation, enjoy, have fun, do those things. I actually just uploaded a ritual that was supposed to be done in August for my patrons over on Patreon, but finally got it done yesterday on the 1st of September. I know, how risque. And now you can use it if you so wish. I'll try and link that at the end of this video. There's also a Virgo new moon ritual going on that is linked at the end of that video. So no matter what it is you are looking to get into, I'd like to support people get into some creative flow, especially for witchy shit. So if that sounds like something you're into outside of just this tarot reading, hit like and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications, or don't. Do whatever you want. Free will is magical. Today we're here to talk about the dark moon, the new moon. And I'm going to share with you a little image of the Hermit. So the Hermit is the card for Virgo. This is actually from the Golden Eclipse Tarot, a tarot deck that I will be probably reviewing soon. And I'm probably going to hurt a lot of feelings when I do. So anyway, this is a great card though, as far as like what Virgo is about, because it is the card of Virgo in the tarot, the Hermit. And the Hermit teaches us a lot about the magic of Virgo. If you've been here before, you already know that I like to talk about astrology through the tarot. I think the tarot is a great way to kind of like personify these energies and give us a different depth and vision of what these signs in astrology represent, or how we can tap into them. And already I want you to look at this interpretation of the Hermit. It's usually shown with just one person, but here we see almost the inner and outer self, and I think that's an interesting addition to the conversation that is Virgo, because Virgo is of service. Virgo is the sign of, yes, Shiva. Virgo is the sign of service, the sign of scrutiny, to scrutinize. Perfectionism is sometimes thrown in there. But Virgo really just looks at the systems and the way things work and breaks them down and either changes how they go about something, how the energy must shift in order to be for the greater good, right? So sometimes that gets conflated, I suppose, with the idea of perfectionism, when really it is just scrutinizing that which does not serve and what does. And one interesting thing about the Hermit is it is insinuating this idea of a lonely journey, a slow but steady journey, and the journey that not only is outward but within. And this is a great interpretation of that energy, I feel. We have the person on the inside that is holding the lantern that is classically seen in the Smith-Waite deck, while the other person almost acts as a guide and protector. And that can be a really great energy to tap into. This dark moon is recognizing where we have healed for ourselves, for the collective, but also healing in a very individualistic sense in order to support the collective, right? And so that's very Virgo energy. Now, let's put that towards this dark moon. Hi, hello, this is Shiva. This is my cat. Say hello, Shiva. And so for this dark moon, it might be a really good time to scrutinize, to look at the systems in front of you, and look at those, how they serve or how they don't work. Right? There's also a lot of astrology that's happening right now. Pluto's going back into Capricorn. As a Capricorn sun, I'm over it. Okay, I don't want Pluto in my sun sign anymore. I have 5 planets in Capricorn. I'm ready for Pluto to get out of there. Okay? If you were born in 1990, you probably feel me. Okay? A lot of us have a lot of shit, especially if you were born in the winter of 1990. Like January on, maybe 1989. It's too much. It's just too much. I would like it to stop now. But yes, Pluto is back one last time. And then it can get out of there and I can continue living my life, right? There's also, what else just happened? Oh yeah, Uranus going retrograde. So there are some things happening and there might be a lot of chaotic feelings. There might be a lot of like, okay, how do we make things work for us again? I'm going to put you down. Love you. But this feeling of how do we put systems in place that really support us to heal us, but also heal the collective. Because Virgo kind of teaches us how we heal ourselves is also how we help heal others. So that can look very obviously individualistic, going back to the hermit. The hermit is on a long journey alone. And to be fair, we kind of all are. And that's okay. Like, seriously, it's fine for things to be a little lonely sometimes because we have to do some of the work on our own. And of course, we also do work as a community. If you don't get your fucking house in order, how are you going to invite people over, right? Sometimes that is the energy of Virgo. If you can't get your shit in order, how can you invite people into your home and have community? And I mean that not as like a physical, like you need to get your house in order, and if you don't, everything will fall apart. But more of like the metaphor of like, if your house isn't in order, you're less likely to invite others over. You're less likely to create community. And so it's important to take care of your, like, your transformation, your inner knowing as you work to build community, because the glow comes from within. Hi, hello. Great interpretation of the hermit. It starts from within and it spreads. So I've already talked for like 8 whole minutes. Let's actually get into a fucking reading, right? Let's start by kind of like, oh, by the way, sorry, Tanda. Just got this deck. This is a deck I'm going to be using for ritual tonight with my hubby. And I'm going to tell you this right now, babies. I'm so hyped for it. I can't wait to also do a indie deck review on that one. So be on the lookout. I know my deck reviews don't always get a lot of love because people don't like what I have to say. But I'm always honest. Can't help it. Can't not help it. All right. Oh boy. Remember, I don't read jumpers. But let's go ahead and ask, what is our energy that we're tapping into for this Virgo new moon? Ooh, actually, let's rephrase that. What seeds are we planting for this dark moon? What seeds are we planting? This has been a theme lately. This card comes up in almost every reading right now. But 5 of Pentacles. The healing comes from within. This is what's coming up for today's dark moon. What seeds are we planting? The healing from within. Going back to this beautiful interpretation of the Hermit card. We are the protectors of our own soft spots. We are the protectors of our inner child. We are the ones that must do our healing in order to support others, right? As I was literally just saying that, talking about Virgo, this card appears. So throughout the chaos that's going to be going on, because guess what? Hi, hello. The chaos of this astrology for the rest of this year is kind of insane. People have been talking about how weird August it was, or like in the astrology, how weird it was. September, it's just continuing on. It's just continuing to go. So, in order to kind of keep our house clean, like I said before, like everything I just said earlier is like coming up with this card right now. Do that work. Do that inner work. Care for yourself. Get out of the cold. Get out of your regularly scheduled, repetitive patterns that do not serve you and shift them into new ones, because there is no more time to wallow. The time to wallow, you know, we can feel our feelings and those are valid, but at a certain point we have to choose to switch directions and do the healing. We can't stay in a place of hurt. And in fact, it might be important for us collectively to look at where our Chiron is in our chart and the relationship with our natal Pluto. That's kind of what's coming up to me. Look at your natal Pluto. Look at your natal Chiron. Look at any relationship that is there between those two entities. And look at where Chiron and Pluto are right now. Create a plan. Create a self-care plan. Create a list. Like, plant those seeds of healing and use the energy of Virgo in this Virgo new moon. This Virgo, the sun is in Virgo, so the new moon will be in Virgo, right? I've talked about that before. When they are conjunct, we get the dark moon. Use this hyper energy of Virgo to look and scrutinize with love and compassion where there might be some intersecting things to bring awareness to. Now, you might already have a deep relationship with Chiron and Pluto in your natal chart. That's fantastic. Deepen that energy tonight. Deepen that energy in the next 2 days. The moon changes in the moon shifts from being in Virgo to Libra on, I believe, Wednesday the 4th. So we are kind of like starting after today, kind of give you some residual time to work with that very deep Virgo energy, the hermit energy, looking within, looking at the blueprint that is our chart, and just bringing awareness to where there might be a pattern, right? We don't need to scrutinize in order to feel bad. We scrutinize in order to build better, to look and create what is best in a situation. So, with that in mind, what is a teacher card for coming out of this Five of Pentacles, for working with this Five of Pentacles? What's a supporting card? To work with this Five of Pentacles, what is a supporting card? Knight of Rods. Knight represents wind. This is movement. This is quick. This is cutting through the bullshit and doing things. But when we see Knight of Rods, we're being asked to step into a place of understanding our creative magic and using that to propel us forward. Like listening to what fires up our spirit. Okay? Fire it up. Get it fucking going. Illuminate. Listen to the fire within your spirit. That can be creatively, that can be spiritually. The two are actually just the same energies with a different cadence or a different rhythm, right? This isn't to say that one is better than the other, like spiritually or creatively. They're actually best friends. They're actually the same thing. And if you've been here before, you already know how I feel. Art is ritual. Ritual is art. Ritual is creative. Dare I say, we are co-creating all the time with spirit, magical light of God and the universe. So maybe engage with this card in relationship with this card, saying that we can step out of this place when we are listening and moving with the swiftness of where our spirit is calling us. Creative passions can be so healing. So whether that's journaling, singing, dancing, making art, that is fire. That is Knight of Rods. That is a healing modality for you. These things are sacred. And we should encourage ourselves to do it. If you feel like you've been cut off from your creative self for a while, bust out. Bust out of the box that we put ourselves in and go, I want this for my healing. It's not about what other people have said to me. It's not about how other people have scrutinized me. It's about me holding on to those words and allowing them to control what I do. I no longer do it. I release them. My healing comes from within. I heal myself. I heal myself by listening to my creative fire and following it. Lastly, let's pull one more card for just our overall medicine card for this whole dark moon. One last just overall medicine card for this dark moon. King of Cups. King of Cups. The medicine here. And learning to trust our fire, we learn to trust our hearts. The mastery of the heart, the mastery of the subconscious, the mastery of our waters and depths. The last time I did a reading, I think it was the Leo new moon, it was become the king of cups. This is very much similar to this theme. The mastery of self helps in all ways, understanding our emotions, right? So if we are in this place where we need healing, and the way through the modality of healing is through our creative magic, whatever that is, again, singing, dancing, writing, laughing, making art, whatever that creative fire is, following it, channeling it, and working with it helps us step into the mastery of self, the mastery of the heart. This is all working together in this Virgo new moon around the idea of how do we heal the inner self? How do we nurture the inner self? Because from a healed place, we can heal others. From a place of knowing thyself, can we support others? But the journey in this dark moon is to follow those creative fires so that we can step into that mastery of the heart. One thing I have noticed that is wild to witness. There are so many people right now trying to express that this sense of I can help you, I can help you. And this is an epidemic, whether you see it in the New Age sphere or in the Christian sphere or anywhere else. I see it everywhere. And it's very fascinating that it's being like illuminated right now. A lot of people, wounded, harmed people, are presenting themselves as the guru, as the person with the answers. And wanting, you know, and it's coming from a place of like wanting to help others. I do believe that. I have a video on here about the honest grifter. I think that is like such a real thing. People honest and truly believe that they are here to help, but because their healed selves are so not there and they are not transparent about their own wounds, they are harming people. So this Virgo moon is really telling us, get fucking real with yourself. There is shit you gotta deal with, but you can work with it. But you need to listen to your creative energy and channel that and work with it, not just overnight and then try and sell a course, but like over time we build and learn and love. And then from a place of mastery, we can just step into our power. It's not about pushing ourselves and our views on other people. It's about simply existing in a way that permeates and just flows and without fail speaks for itself. Virgo is very scrupulous. Virgo is very mindful and demure. Virgo is very cutesy, very considerate. It is not considerate to kind of just be out in the world inflicting your pain, inflicting your bullshit on others, right? And I say this as someone who has done it myself. I'm not here to pretend that I'm better than nobody, because I'm fucking not. But neither is anybody. We're all in this together. We're all, quite frankly, we're all, and that's okay, because we can also be this, we can be both of these people at the same time. But we got to be transparent, and we got to be listening to our creative spirit, channeling that for ourselves so that we can know thyself. Anyway, this has been a long-ass video, but babies, new moon in Virgo doesn't give a fuck what you think. So anyway, I hope you found this supportive. Let me know down below, are you doing any ritual? Have you done any ritual? What are you getting out of this dark moon? What's coming up for you, babes? It's wild out here. And it's only getting weirder, I think, as Pluto does its Plutarian thing, its Plutonian thing. It's only going to get weirder. Look out November. It's going to get really weird. Anyway, I hope... Links down below if you want to connect with me more. Of course, if you want to join one of the live ritual recordings, you can join my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. That gives you access to the lives, like actually joining in the lives, but you can always watch them here because I believe in the sanctity of you having access to some good stuff. And there, of course, on my Patreon for free are creative prompts that you can use in your sketchbook to help you work through any blocks or other bullshit. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.